Hi, Leathur Rokk here. Welcome to my channel. We're live in the Atlantic City Boardwalk, and today's election day. And I got some errands to run before I get to the rest of my day. So bear with me while I put some things back in my bag. I had to stop at the 99-cent store. I actually wanted honey to be the one ingredient that I don't have for my cake icing. And there was no honey, but I got these and they're full of chocolate. So put these back, put my clapboard back, then we can go take a walk. Come on, come with me. As you can see, there's not a whole lot of people on the boardwalk today. Yeah, maybe people were voting. Now we're coming up to the Tropicana, and this is actually where I'm headed. I have to take my mask off. First of all, I got to find the entrance where the guy is handing out face masks. Then I'm going to take this face mask off. I'm going to approach him. I'm going to get a new face mask, and I'm going to go in there and walk around and kind of take care of business. But this is our beautiful Tropicana Hotel Casino, live in Atlantic City, New Jersey, on Election Day.
Today, your lucky day.
Well, I did what I accomplished, and as you can see, I've got one of their surgical masks. Now I got to see if I can get one of the local newspapers, and then I'll be able to go back home. And I guess I'll show you the view. Okay, live from Atlantic City, Tropicana Hotel Casino. Well, I found it. Found the TV Atlantic, but they don't have any more Atlantic City weeklies. I will look elsewhere. I think it's really interesting. There's two big widescreen TVs at this Boardwalk Beer Garden, and they're both tuned to the sports. You would think people would be interested in the election, but no, apparently not. One thing was interesting. If you have been inside a casino and you've approached the casino cage to get money for your cash out slips, I noticed they ask you to lower your mask so they can look at your face. And I could see if they were doing it to compare your face to your ID, but they never ask you for ID when they're just cashing you out. I thought that was really interesting. And I also got to see some more of the plastic separators so that people can play the table games and not breathe on each other. So it's always cool to see the protective stuff. It's a good thing I went in the dollar store when I did, because I see it's closed now. See, I wouldn't have had time floating around through the casino like I did. But still wish I got my honey. That would really be the necessary ingredient for my cake icing recipe. If you want to see a really ugly wall mural, look at the graffiti mural behind me. I'm sorry, I just don't get it. It's actually a commissioned art piece, but it's probably one of the least attractive murals here in the town. Isn't this interesting? It's important to see the letters on top. It says, "Crime Survivors for Safety and Justice." Of course, I can't call them because this is text only and I don't have a cell phone. Oh well, you might want to search and check out, find out who they are. Welcome to my kitchen. Want to see Tabby Boy? Oh, look who I am. I got big cat. Oh my goodness, I got big kitty. Tabby Boy, you He looks like such a giant pussycat. He's like, what the hell? You let me sleep, man. Well, now that I have Gungy Bunchy germs on my hands, I'm going to have to wash my hands because time to play in the kitchen. Oh, and I am glad that the sink is right here. And yeah, I've got something to do. I might as well do it on camera. As some of you may know, today is not only election day, but it is also my birthday. And I thought, well, so many things happened today. My mother had to leave the house at 7:15 today because she had a doctor's appointment. I want to tell you about it. My brother, who's also here, he works for, or was working for, one of our casinos, but he had a role not on the casino floor, but in the back of the house. He had been an online card dealer, and then they had him doing different jobs, and finally they had him inspecting all the cards at the end of all the dealerships. And if you're afraid of catching the coronavirus, you know that touching cards that a whole bunch of other people touched is kind of a high-risk thing. And when he applied for the job that he got, they knew that he was a caregiver to an elderly mother who has comorbidities, and my mother absolutely must not catch this. And so when they hired him, they knew that he had to only be in the safest positions and he couldn't be in any dangerous thing. Well, actually, when they hired him, that was before COVID, so that wasn't even something that should be up for discussion. But they also knew that he was a disabled person, and they knew, he did mention that he was taking care of our mother. So now this COVID hits, and where he was hired, they have already had at least 2 people that came down with it. Knowing that, of course, he was afraid to come back to work, and they sent him kind of a threatening letter saying that he had better go back to work. And he had already told him that he cannot afford to put his mother in any kind of a health situation. So he had to go in a cab, because he could not get an Uber this early in the morning. Had to pay for a taxi to go down to Margate to one of my mother's cardiologists to get special paperwork signed by the doctor stating that she was in the highest risk category, and that since he was in contact with her during the day, he could not be in any position where he could catch COVID. So he gets the paperwork, takes it down to the offices of the casino that he works for, and they said they denied him because apparently he hadn't worked enough hours before he applied for family care, family leave, I believe is what he applied for. So, of course, he has an attorney left over from when he was applying for the SSD, like SSI, that he did get. And that, if you've ever tried applying for it, I know very little about that process, but I understand a lot of people are put on a waiting list and they end up having to get attorneys, and of course they take between 25% and 30% out of the retroactive check that people get. So he has filed an appeal, and worst comes to worst, they will just fire him and then he'll be able to get more unemployment. So, but that also, I guess when you are applying for unemployment, they also delay your stimulus check, which is what happened, and that's why we had some problems. Anyway, I'm going to have to wash my hands again because I just dropped my bracelet on the floor. But I'll show you the bracelet. Oh, I have it. Isn't that pretty? You know what? I'll wash it, but I will not put it on until after I do what I'm about to do here. I can't get over how empty the boardwalk was today. There's really not very many people out there, but most of the people were wearing masks. I met a nice old guy when I was out there. I was on my way to the Tropicana, and he saw that I was carrying my laptop computer, and so he found the perfect way to talk to me. He asked me if I knew anything about computers, and I couldn't very well say I didn't when I was carrying my laptop. And I said, I know a thing or two. And I said, what I don't know, I asked the people at Best Buy's Geek Squad. So he asked me a series of questions pertaining to his trying to get his stimulus check and different things. And most of it involved people who are in the system get different kind of government entitlements, and they have different kinds of debit cards, and I really don't know very much about that, so I certainly wasn't able to advise him. But we talked for a few minutes, and he was very pleasant. And he told me that everybody calls him Dreads because he has dreadlocks, and he wears one of those hippie hats that are knitted that stuffs his hair in. But he was very pleasant, and he was also a Trump supporter. And just goes to show that you cannot look at a person and tell their politics unless, of course, they're wearing the insignia. And also it goes to show, and he was a black guy, it just goes to show just how popular our president is getting among the black community. So I really enjoyed talking to him before I went to the chalk can. So what I'm about to do here is I made icing for my birthday cake. What was supposed to happen today was my mother and brother were supposed to come home from that doctor's thing, and then my mother was going to do the birthday thing, with the iced cake and put the candles on and sing a song and all that stuff. And I had her get me up when she left the house so that I'd have my makeup on and be mostly dressed and stuff. But what ended up happening is I was out of honey, which is why I had to go to the dollar store today. Of course, they didn't have any. And honey is the one ingredient that I really think I need to make this icing its best. But let me tell you about this icing. This is my own invention. This is made with peanut butter and powdered chocolate like Hershey's, or it could be any brand. But I'll show you it's out here. It's actually a generic version. This is from Save-A-Lot, Save-A-Lot's brand. I always confuse it with Ginger Rogers, but it's Ginger Evans. I see this and I think of Bob Evans, and I expect an old country couple on a horse with cowboy hats. But you take the chocolate powder and you put it in peanut butter, and you're supposed to take some honey and you put that in to get it sweet and to thin it up a little bit. But we were totally out of honey. And so I used a couple of sugar packets, and I was going to maybe use the beater, but I decided to just use elbow grease. And this is the cake. My mother baked it last night. And it's really interesting because this is a bundt pan cake. And for some reason, the cake is much smaller than we expected. And I'm going to show you the cake pan. This is the cake pan. And you see that it looks like the cake is smaller. And the only thing we can figure is the recipe called for 3 large eggs. And we only had medium-sized eggs. So my mother used 4 medium eggs. And she thinks that the cake is denser because it has all those eggs in it. So anyway, what I'm about to show you is how I am going to, I think I'm going to add a little bit more sugar to it. And just so happens, even though I was just run out of sugar, I got some more sugar today. And let me see where the hell it is. I know I just put it someplace. Oops, that was instant coffee. I don't know where the hell I put it. I have to look for it. To be continued. All right. I have sweeteners and sugars and things given to me by a really good friend of mine. Jeez. I'm sorry if I seem like such a bum to you guys, but guess what? Just because you're a YouTuber doesn't mean you're rich and everything. And for most showbiz professionals, the fame comes way before the money does. So I guess I'm normal. So I'm going to start adding sugar to this. And of course, this will give it a grainier texture than it would if I put honey in it. But that's fine. I kind of like that crunch. I like the cookies that have those hard sugar coating on it. And there's so many different kinds of sugar. We used to have a fancy place out in the mainland somewhere called Gourmet Garage. that you could find all kinds of fancy cookware and products that a very well-stocked kitchen would have. Anything fancy that the chefs use on the cooking channels, they had. They had chocolate molds and just all kinds of things. Garlic presses and coffee grinders and pepper grinders and things that I've never even heard of and wouldn't know what to do with. So I'm beating this, and this is actually just a spatula. I'm by no means a professional cook. I would be too afraid to work around food because I would be afraid of gaining weight. But that said, I'd like to think I know my way around a kitchen just like most adults would. After a certain time, it seems to me that I would think most people would be able to have a basic kitchen proficiency. I have had plenty of roommate situations when I lived in California, and I have been told by so many roommates that I was a good cook. I have brought in punk rockers and fed them doctored up ramen noodles on rooftops throughout Hollywood. And one of my punk rockers friends told me, "Leather, I bet you could even make shit taste good." That's a direct quote. And you know, with some of these punk rockers, I would hate to think about what their actual experience is, because I've seen punk rockers eat food that actually touched the ground. I've seen them pick through trash cans. I've seen all kinds of things in my day, especially if the kids involved are really hungry because they were on drugs. Now, when I refer to street people and I say kids, I'm using the word kid loosely. I could call somebody a kid and they can be in their 40s. That's just means basically people. So, like when I talk to my cats and I refer to them as people, cats can be people too. They don't have voting privileges and they can't sign contracts and they might have the average intelligence of a 4-year-old, but I call them people. So I think, adequately mixed the sugar into this. Now I'm going to bring the cake to here. I'm going to clear off some more of the stove. I made my mother a special little pot of raspberry flavored green tea. She likes raspberry. I do not. But I made green tea, you probably know, is really good for you. It has all kinds of antioxidants. Green tea is supposed to be good for the blood pressure. It's supposed to be good for weight loss. It does have caffeine in it, but you can dilute it so that you're not giving yourself too much caffeine if that's an issue. And we have kind of reduced our caffeine intake, but that's okay. The way I make my tea with the one bag in the nice big pot, that means we're not getting too much caffeine. Okay, I'm going to very carefully not drop this because that would really suck. And I know you're supposed to use a knife. Guess what? I don't want to dirty something unnecessarily. Now, of course, you couldn't eat this if you had a peanut allergy. But, oh, and you want to know what my mother put in this? This is a devil's food cake, chocolate cake. Usually my birthday cake tends to be that German chocolate cake, which has coconut in it and pecans. Well, we didn't have pecans, but we had chopped walnuts. And she chopped them up a little bit more, and they are throughout the cake. Walnuts are so good for you. You know, my grandparents had a walnut tree in their backyard, and for the longest time, they would send us a bag of walnuts for Christmas. Between the walnuts that they sent us, and we had aunts and uncles who kept bees, and they would send us honey. One of our uncles was allergic, as a matter of fact, and it always impressed me as a little girl that they could be so brave to keep bees even with an allergy. And we would get these big 5-gallon jars of honey. And honey, when it sits out for a while, it starts to crystallize, and you have to set it in a pan of hot water to loosen it up. But I liked it when it got the crystals in it because it gave it a kind of
crunch. You know, honey is really good for you. They say if you eat honey from local flowers, it can help boost your immunity from colds. And I was very into honey when I lived in San Francisco. We had farmers markets there at least 2 days a week, and all these organic gardeners, and I loved to talk shop with them. I used to buy the candle wax, the beeswax that was in the sheets. It was honeycomb shaped, and they would dye it different colors or not dye it. And you roll it up, and you put the wax inside, and you could get the taper candles, or the votive candles. And I used them for my, shall I say, metaphysical pursuits. You know, I wear certain symbols, and they're not for fashion. The things I wear, there is a reason for. I don't really talk about it on my channel, but I suppose I've made a few hints and a few references. But when I was living in San Francisco, and a lot of times I didn't have a home, I was living in abandoned buildings or I was camping. Occasionally I would have roommate situations or squats. But it's very easy to make an altar using a candle and some salt packets and pepper packets and quartz crystals. And you can open up a notebook, draw a circle on there, put different kind of herbs in a circle, put a candle inside, and concentrate on whatever your goal is. And that's all that magic is. It's causing change in conformity with will. Concentrate real hard on your goals, and you can definitely make things happen. And as long as you do it for good, you shouldn't really have any problems. Where people get themselves in trouble is when they get greedy, they do it for selfish purposes, and they are careless and they end up hurting other people. Or, of course, if they're doing things to harm other people, that's a real easy way to get yourself in trouble. And there's a reason why many cultures keep that knowledge hidden, so that people don't get into trouble with it. And there, of course, have been many times throughout history where natural disasters would happen and people would get falsely accused of setting these things in motion. You know, when the Salem witch trials happened and when most of the witchcraft hysteria was going on in the Middle Ages, most of those people were not magical practitioners. It was mostly gossip spread by children, by jealous people, by ignorant people. We certainly didn't have the knowledge of meteorology back then to explain things like the storms and the famines and different things. Okay, this is not very pretty what I'm doing here, because this is covering up the marks on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to... How many people ice their own birthday cakes? Well, this is not the only thing that I have in it, because we have some chocolate sprinkles. I love my chocolate. And these chocolate sprinkles are... Oh, here they are. Now, you know what else would be good on this? If I had some strawberry preserves. Now, jelly wouldn't work because that could make cake wet, but preserves are thicker and they have big pieces of fruit, and that would add a nice texture to it. But you know what? I was doing this and I missed some of the icing. How could I do that? I was going to do this much earlier today, but I was going to go to the Tropicana much earlier today, but I wanted to not miss Rush Limbaugh. I was almost going to call his show today. I've never called a national talk show in my life. I've only called local talk shows. And for years, I mean, his show to me, that would be, or any of the nationals, I would want to call them. But I've always been afraid of trying to get past the call screener. And I could just imagine myself trying to say, oh, my name is Leathur Rokk, and they would either hang up on me or not believe that I was a name, and they would probably make me listen to a lecture about how it's important to tell the truth when you're calling these guys. And then I'm thinking, well, how am I going to prove that it is in fact my name? Do you want me, I mean, especially considering I don't have a cell phone, that I couldn't, otherwise I could take a picture of my ID and say, look, this is really who I am. But so I was thinking of calling him today, but then I thought, what the hell would I have to say that somebody else couldn't say better? Everybody feels bad that he's sick, and everybody wishes for him a speedy recovery. Everybody that calls the show, for the most part, are people that want the same things politically. At the very least, they want our president to get reelected. So, and I was afraid that I was going to get all emotional telling him how much I couldn't imagine a world without him. And I started to get kind of emotional just thinking about it. And nobody wants a Debbie Downer. And plus, when you talk like that, you end up rambling. And you really can't be rambling when you have a national call-in show and you've got advertisers and a whole bunch of other people. So I'm going to shake this onto this cake. What I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to not do anything else with this until I get back from my adventures. And whatever I do with this cake with my mother, you guys will see later on in this video. I got another unopened thing of these, so I can afford to be generous. This will help to sweeten it up too. Okay, time to open the second one. I can't believe how empty things are, but one thing I did not notice when I was on the boardwalk, at least the part of the boardwalk I was at, I did not see any other places boarded up. I'm sure Boardwalk Hall is still boarded up, but they are also boarded up because, like I mentioned earlier, they're getting ready for the former Trump Plaza to be torn down, and when that happens, because it's right next door to Boardwalk Hall, they don't want to take the chance of Boardwalk Hall being damaged. Okay, what do you think? Does that look good? I'm going to go and show my mother. I'll be right back. I showed her. She was impressed. Now I'm going to cover the cake with this so that nothing will mess up with that. Now these are bagels. I have a bunch of everything bagels. Got them out. And I figured out what I'm going to have. I wanted to make something that's going to be easy and not messy. And I am going to use fish sticks. I'm going to bake these in the electric oven. And I'm going to have mine on a bagel. And I love to make open-faced sandwiches. You don't have to open your mouth real hard. They're easy to eat. And this is a good source of protein. And these bake in like 15 minutes. So, because that way I can eat really quickly, because I have plans, and the quicker I eat, the quicker I can get the heck out of here. If I don't do that, they're going to stick. Another thing I was looking for today and I couldn't find, nobody had any weed. And earlier today, I saw some acquaintances outside, but they were lining up for something, and I didn't want to attract attention, which I would have done if I would have opened my window. So I didn't. And I had a Trump mask on my face, and I really
didn't want to flash that. I've been doing a really good job of keeping my hair under a hat for the most part, but I showed my hair to some of my friends yesterday, and I noticed when I came in after going to Tropicana a couple hours ago, there were some people hanging out across the street, and they noticed my purple hair. They don't know me by name, but they were yelling out, purple hair, and I couldn't get my key in the door fast enough. I was really kind of a little nervous. I've been nervous ever since I had that encounter with those two guys that punched me. I've been looking over my shoulder and just being real careful. And now that our own mayor is concerned about possible looting and riots and stuff depending on the election results, so nobody's taking any chances. Okay, they're in the oven. Now I'm going to cover this with something so that we don't get any cat hair in it or any cats in it. You know, poisonous. This is poisonous. Chocolate. You can't have chocolate around cats or dogs. I'm just gonna put this bag around it, and I'm gonna go ahead and stick it in the fridge. To be continued. I don't know if I showed this to you before. I think this is really beautiful. And this is not in perfect condition though. This is a very fragile covering on it. This is made of the same kind of material if you've ever had go-go boots before. They're made of kind of a spongy knit material, but they have a leather-like covering that's very fragile plastic. And some of it wore off, and so I stuck a couple of pins on it. And as small as it is, it's large enough for money, ID, tiny makeup palettes, brushes, a lipstick. So for something classy looking to have when you're walking around a casino, I thought that I would break this out tonight. And I was going to wear a tiara, but I discovered that when you have braids in, those cone-like things really don't stick and they would just snag. So I can't wear a tiara tonight. And I really wanted to wear a tiara for my birthday. But there's always next year. While I'm still in the kitchen, I wanted to show you guys something. What I'm going to be making sometime next week, especially, is it's starting to get colder. When it gets cold, it's a really great time to cook soup. And I save bones. And this is all chicken bones. I like to take a really big pot, a pot like this, for instance, or else a big pot that we use to cook pasta, which that must be, well, it's behind me. I'll show you the pasta pot. I know you've seen a pasta pot before because you saw me make spaghetti and clams. Well, you put probably half this bag in either of those two pots, put a whole bunch of water on it, boil the heck out of it, and that you make bone broth, which not only is good base for chicken soup, but any kind of bones, you cook them in bone broth, you get all the goodness from the cartilage, from the gristle, even though you always throw that part out. All the things which actually, that's where you get, I don't know if it's the MSM or the chondroitin. No, the chondroitin is actually from shark cartilage, I believe. But bones, if you make bone broth, that's really good for your joints. It's good for people with arthritis. It helps, I think it helps to replace the synovial fluid, which if you ever pull your fingers and they make those popping sounds, people a lot of times when they get older, they lose fluid in their joints, and the fluid helps to protect against the friction when the bone rubs up against bone that can cause pain. So it's really good to make bone broth. And some people actually, you can go to health food stores and you can buy powder. Some of the YouTubers I watch will go and they'll buy the powder, and you just mix it with hot water and you use it. You can use it as a bouillon, or you can use it as a soup base. But if you have the time, save your bones, even bones you chew on, because, I mean, what are you going to get sick on your own germs? Put them in the freezer, put them in boiling water, and boil the heck out of them.
and use that as your base for soup. And another cool thing, if you boil bones long enough, they will actually get soft. And you can, when they're really soft, and you could squish them, let them cool off, squash them with your finger, and that's a great source of calcium. So if you didn't know that, tell that to your friends with arthritis. Tell that to your friends who take calcium supplements. I would probably continue taking the calcium supplements, but getting it from food sources. Can't talk. Get your calcium and your vitamins from food sources as much as you can. It's better for you. And saving your bones. Free food. It's good eating. Tabby boy, would you like some num nums? I got some num nums for a cat. Oh yeah. What would my kitty like? Oh, I think my kitty would like some num nums. Would you like some? Oh, you like these? Neutro. Perfect portions, grain-free, cuts and gravy, real tuna recipe. Oh, any kitties watching my channel? Hey, pussycats. Tabby boy, oh, look at Tabby boy. He's gonna get num num. Oh, yes, you're gonna get your num num. Num num. Oh, doesn't this look good if you're a cat? Oh, this smells good. Oh my goodness. Oh, kitty, 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 look. Oh, there. Oh, look, you like that num nums. Isn't that good? I'm telling you, some of this cat food smells like fried chicken. I don't know. There's some dry food I give them sometimes. I swear, I put it down there. When they start chewing it, it smells like KFC. Oh boy. And you know what? Our nearest KFC closed a couple years ago, or maybe last year. It's totally boarded up. They put soap in the windows. It's no more. We had a Kentucky Fried Chicken and a Taco Bell built in each other, and they're both closed. Damn. But you know what? My favorite chicken, for future reference, is Popeyes. I love their spicy chicken and their red beans and rice and their biscuits. Their biscuits taste like they're fried. Their biscuits, Popeyes biscuits, are so good. They don't need butter on them. I used to get them by the half dozen and eat them when I was a stage dancer in Hollywood. I'd befriended one of the managers. Popeyes. Oh, man. Oh, I could seriously eat some Popeyes. But now you have to leave the island to go to a Popeyes because there's no Popeyes. No, I beg your pardon. There is a Popeyes in Atlantic City. However, it's on kind of a bad street corner next to a pawn shop, and there's a lot of gangs hang out there and stuff. And that's also where you could buy pot there, but what they do is depending on who you are, and I don't want to say that it's a racially motivated thing, but my white friends who have gone there have gotten sold the tiniest little bags with twigs and stems, or else they'll take leaf shake and they'll put that in the tiniest little baggies. And I've seen people get ripped off. Oh, I want to tell you something. One of my friends told me that he had to go to one of the 7-Elevens on Pacific Avenue, up closer to Resorts Hotel Casino, and he had to go to an ATM, and apparently he already had some money on him. And once he got the cash he needed, he went behind the 7-Eleven for whatever reason, and some guys were hiding behind a dumpster, and 4 or 5 black guys jumped this guy, beat him up. He had cuts all over his face. He had scabs. This happened like 3 or 4 days ago or something, and they robbed him of his money, his ID, whatever, his insurance card, whatever he had on him. This guy, I'm telling you, he had a truck that had a whole bunch of tools on it, and he had some tool kits on the edge of his truck that he didn't have locks for, so the tools got stolen.
Then eventually his truck got impounded. And I'm telling you, there you have to be so careful when you come to the city. Even a person who lives here who is streetwise, um, grown men get jumped. It's not just small women. You have to be really, really careful. And this is a guy who's clean and sober. He doesn't have a drug problem. He doesn't drink. But what are you going to do when there's 4 or 5 people against one? You're kind of screwed. And since nobody but cops are allowed to carry anything to protect ourselves, you can't conceal carry. It's almost impossible to get a gun permit. Having a gun that's safely in your house, that by the time people break in and you get to you probably can't get to it anyway. You can't carry it outside where you really need it. So, but yeah, please do be careful. Are you enjoying that? Oh, my cat's happy. I'm going to go find Cassie. I wanted you guys to see Cassie's Halloween get up. When I did my Halloween live stream after midnight, my witching hour live stream, I wanted to have 2 kitties in their Halloween costumes, but we had a little problem. The problem was my brother was out and he came home from wherever he was, and the cats made a beeline to his room. The thing is, his door had been closed. Cassie was up against his door. Tabby Boy kind of cornered her. I heard a which is what she does, and my Tabby Boy made this really weird jaguar sound, like a and I heard, my mother heard. We went down there. Tabby Boy, well, my brother heard. He opened up his door. He was on the phone doing some kind of an interview. My brother apparently has a podcast that I've never heard. He was talking long distance to some DJ in New York City. And when my brother opened the door to hear the cats, Cassie ran in. Then Tabby Boy went after Cassie, and my brother saw her in the Steelers thing, and he says, so he's describing to the DJ about this cat in a dress. And I figured within a few minutes he would let the cats out, and I would be able to have them for my live stream. But he never did. And finally, after the live stream was over, then Cassie came in my room, but she was not wearing her dress. And so my mother asked my brother for this back, and finally the next day I got it back. So I was not able to show her, and I really wanted to show her for the live stream, but I wasn't able to. When the cats don't cooperate, there's not much we can do about it. Oh, bitch, 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 moan, 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 bitch, 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 moan, moan, moan. Go eat some food. Okay, let's see what's the matter? Oh, you know what? She's getting stuff. Here. Come here. Oh, okay. Oops. Here, okay. There. Velcro's a great thing. Can you believe when I got this, I had intended to get it for Tabby Boy, but I figured that, well, the next size up was like $20 more. And what I intended to do is I intended to put Velcro on it, sew Velcro on it. But anyway, that didn't happen. But it fits her perfectly. So now she is going to eat some food. Cassie, look what I have. Oh, Cassie. I have num-nums. Oh, yes, I have num-nums. Look what I have. You think I'm going to give Tabby Boy food? And I'm not going to give you food? No, I'm not an asshole. Oh, num-num. There, nummies for kitties. See? Is that good? That's why my baby got a num-num. See? I do fair. I try. Alright, the dingus went off. But long enough ago that I'm not burning my hands, but I'm going to flip these. I already loosened them with the pancake turner thing. Hot. And sooner I turn this webcam off, the sooner I'll be able to put the radio back on where they're starting some of the election results. The whole idea of Trump not winning re-election is absolutely terrifying to me, as I'm sure it is to all his supporters. But those of you who can't stand him, the whole idea of your guy winning, not winning, scares you. But the way I see it, what about the devil you know being better than the devil you don't know? You've already had 4 years of Trump. You guys know that he's better for the economy. So, and you also know that with Trump, you're not dealing with somebody that's got some issues of mental decline. That is a big thing. You really, you got to think of Joe Biden as being a placeholder, that the president would probably be Kamala Harris. And I don't know about you guys, but the idea of a Harris presidency is terrifying. She's like the main woman that I don't want to be president. If you want a woman president, I think Condoleezza Rice would be great. I'm sure there's lots of people that would be better as president. Heck, my mother would be great as president, I think, but the stress of the job, what it does to people. Okay, I think I'm going to put them in 5 more minutes, and then I'm going to have dinner. I'm going to share this with my mother, and then I'm going to get ready to get out of here because the night is young. And want to watch the presidential, see what's going on. Man, I hope he wins. I hope he wins. Kitties. My kitties. Everybody being good, eating your own food. Nobody's fighting. Good. Good kitties. You like your num-nums? You got dry food, got wet food, you got hers and his. Everybody happy now, right? That's right. Eat your num-nums. My baby. That's my baby. That's right. That's right. You see, that's what happens. He leaves something after eating it for a while. Then she eats his leftovers. She should be twice the size she is now. Right? You guys being good? Okay. I just thought of another idea. I went and got some almonds and the fruit here. Some of these are dried cranberries, some of these are dried cherries, some of these are raisins. What I'm about to do is I'm about to carefully put these on top of the cake. And let me see if I can show you what I'm doing. I still have some canned goods and things to put away. And one of the things, I'm sure you've noticed this, it seems like this kitchen table is messy. This kitchen table has so much of my mother's medical paperwork and things. She uses this as her office, and this she uses as her desk. So even when we go out of our way to try to clean up, put whatever in the shredder and recycle and stuff, it'll always look like earthquake hit. Well, okay, I'm going to try to do this way so you can hear. I hear you, Cassie. I'm going to stick these almonds in it. You know what? I do think my mother is right. This cake feels very dense, which frankly I like that kind of texture more than spongy, soft, squishy things. The breads I like the best are the textured breads. Like there's nothing like a real sourdough. My years in San Francisco turned me on to sourdough bread. And you can even get really good rye breads. You think that the best rye bread has to be out of New York City? Well, a good bakery can be anywhere. Los Angeles has some really great bakeries. Los Angeles has a bakery called La Brea Bakery, and
It was probably a lot smaller a bakery when I lived there full time. They are selling their bread to supermarkets all over the country. You can buy La Brea Bakery bread in supermarkets in the Atlantic City area. I don't believe there are supermarkets within close to where I am, but if you're not afraid to get on the bus or drive, you can go to ShopRite and to Pathmark, and I believe you can get their bread. I'm going to put some more of these almonds on there. Now, you heard that dingus go off? I put the fish sticks in 5 more minutes. Now they're brown a little bit more. I'm going to add a few nuts to this, but you know what? Cassie's in here, and she has a beeline for food. She's crazy about the food. You would think that she was starved her entire life, and you would think that she'd be so much bigger. I'd like to know what she does with all the food she eats. I know what she does with it. What? What? Oh, I know what you do with the food. You eat it, and I know where it exits you, because I'm the one that cleans up. Do you think Sean ever scooped her up? Hell no. Hell no. Oh, boy, you just sing the song of your people, huh? Why are you so grouchy? Why are you so grouchy when I sing song, kitty? You sing songs. But if I sing along, you don't know because you can't hear me. Oh, poor kitty girl. So pretty. Oh, my kitty girl. My kitty girl. I know. Okay. Now, I'm probably going to get yelled at, so be prepared. She's coming in. She has no sense of humor about this, and she knows that you guys love it when she's in my videos. I tell her that all the time. Nobody listens to me.
Oh, I guess you got the dress back.
Say hello. Don't be mad.
Hi. Thank you very much.
Everybody wants to see you.
My best side. Thank you very much.
I didn't know that one side is better than another. She's gonna kill me. It was nice knowing you. Dinner's time. Okay, I'm going to have some dinner and listen to ABC News on the radio. Find out what's going on with the election, and soon I'll be out the door for the rest of today's adventure. As you can see, I'm back on the boardwalk. I had my dinner. I'm going to show you some really groovy things, hopefully. As you can see, I'm not wearing my face mask. And the reason why is because I could not find my dry liquid lipstick that doesn't rub off. And so I'm using a regular kind of lipstick, and if I was to put a mask on right now, it would just smear and look like hell. So I'm probably going to, when I approach my destination, blot my lipstick and then put the mask on. And the boardwalk is quite desolate, as you can see. So I think that what I'm doing right now is not what you call a high-risk activity. You can see it's just as empty behind me. Yeah. Welcome to Atlantic City. This is right in front of what was Trump Plaza, and I will do my best to cover its implosion for my channel. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it from the boardwalk or if I'm going to have to do it from my house, but it would be really great if I could get a really close-up view. We're probably not going to be allowed to get that close, though.
Look how desolate it is. This is like middle of winter. And we've hardly had autumn. I couldn't film past Bally's because the music is really loud. I don't want a copyright strike. All these places, all these stores, they're boarded up. So if you want to go shopping at 9 o'clock at night on Tuesday, you're tough luck. Back behind me there is the 99-cent store at Central Pier. But I'm going to show you right now, and I know I've showed this before. This is the Policeman's and the Fireman's Memorial. Whenever we get a local death, here they always put their wreaths here. And here, this has not been here the last time I checked. This is a piece of the World Trade Center. It says Artifact 10098H. This steel beam was recovered from Ground Zero and donated by the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey, dedicated to all who were lost on September 11, 2001, and to our heroes who made the ultimate sacrifice. Wow. And here, see, Great Steel Seal of the State of New Jersey. And fire hat. Sculptors, Brian P. Hanlon, Hanlon Sculpture Studio, 2014. Look at the detail on this. Dog. Okay, well, follow me. Oh, no, you can't go down here. Oh, yeah, I hope this isn't the blind leading the blind. But just so long as I don't lose my footing and drop this computer, because if I do, that's really going to suck. For me and for anybody who likes watching my videos. We are going to go down. Well, you'll see where I'm taking you. There's a good chance we're going to run into some cat feeding and watering bowls because we are approaching the Irish pub, and the lady who owns the Irish pub is well known for feeding feral cats here. And I believe she probably cooperates with Alley Cat Allies, the organization that actually started the Boardwalk Cats program. Here, under our boardwalk, we have many cat houses, and Alley Cat Allies traps, spays, and neuters the cats, gives them their veterinary checkups, and they get fed twice a day. And I'm going to take you past this parking lot here, cut through, so that we can go to someplace cool. If you guys like chicken wings, this place has good wings, and they also have a really good jukebox. And those who drink say that they got good drink prices, but I don't drink, so I wouldn't know. But back in the day, I know I've been here before a few times. You want to see something funny? Look what they decided to name this place. Taj Mahal. Make Indian food. I've never been in there. Of course, where the Hard Rock Hotel Casino is, it used to be the Trump Taj Mahal Hotel Casino. And this is a street called Tennessee Avenue. About a year or two ago, they decided to do a bunch of redevelopment on this street. This street is kind of known for some vacant lots and some crime and gang activity, but they have been opening up some businesses, most of which I haven't been into. And actually, that's where we're headed. We're headed to a place called Tennessee Avenue Beer Hall, which is the same place where I saw my friend Malcolm Tent play his accordion like 2 weeks ago. And I'm pretty sure this is it right here. But I can't really film inside because I'm sure they're going to have ambient music and I don't want a copyright strike. Oh. Oh, wow. They have tents. They didn't have that before. Okay, I'm going to get in here. We'll see.
Even my friends telling me sometimes, I make out like I don't understand. You know what they say?
Okay, now I'm going to go in. I don't want them to hear us. We are now in a room in Bally's Hotel Casino in Atlantic City, and it's election day night, and watching the election returns, Fox News channels in the background. Since my cable has been shut off, I have not been able to watch cable news in months, and it looks like Florida is winning for Trump, and the party is about to start. Oh, this is so cool. You know, it's my birthday, and I'm here with friends, and they are insisting on giving me birthday presents, and they know that this is on camera. And I'm drinking, this is Snapple Peach Iced Tea, which I really like a lot. I got turned on to this when I was a stage dancer in Hollywood, and I bet I haven't had a Snapple Peach Iced Tea in a good year. Anyway, before I get into whatever presents are, I want to show you guys the view. You can see the boardwalk here, or maybe you could see it. I don't know. Can you see that there? Well, maybe you can't. Anyway, you can see the boardwalk. And, you know, as cold as it was outside, I'm hot now. But at least I look festive because, well, it's my birthday, so I suppose it's okay. Okay, well, I'm going to take a look at this. They put a little bit of air conditioning on because I will admit that I'm sweltering under this, but you know what? It's funny, in my own apartment, I'm fucking freezing.
Well, yeah, you can turn the air on if you want.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, try it on.
Leather Rock.
Oh, look, show them.
Oh, do the thing.
Here, let's see.
Are you serious?
Come on. Fashion show. This is Tiger.
Tiger.
Oh, that tiger.
Leather
that
Rock.
tiger. I have a shirt that has a tiger on it that I'm going to wear sometime when I see you. Welcome to my channel. See? I know there's a pandemic going on, but we're being safe. We're good. We're responsible people. I'll cover myself with a mask. I'll be good.
Let's do some presents here.
And they want me to open up my presents.
There's a lot of presents.
Oh my goodness. Look at this pile. Look at this. I can't believe they did this. Look.
I love it.
Oh, man. Oh my God. And now, is my lipstick all smeared? I tried to find one of those dry lipsticks that don't come off, smear the mask. Look what this did. Well, guess what? It is what it is. Oh, I'm sweating so much here. Is there any order to this?
Yeah, just get it. Get it, girl.
Okay, this
get
is
it, girl.
beautiful. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, isn't this beautiful paper? I want you guys to appreciate this. Can you imagine this being on a wall? This would look like maybe Trump's house because it's got all the gold. So I don't know. I missed my invite. I've never been in President Trump's fancy house. I've never been in his airplane. I'm not much of an airplane person. Oh, let's see. It says. Yes. Oh.
Oh, this is good. This is good. This is a good one.
Yes. Keep America great. You know, all of us like Trump. It is possible to find people that agree. Isn't this great?
For the lady.
Oh,
That's
man.
a good one. That's a good one. She likes that. She likes
Of course I do. Guys know I love my Trumpy. Oh, what is this? Look at this. Beautiful. You watch. I'm going to line a wall with this gold stuff. Oh, let's see what this is. Oh, come on. Don't want you to...
What's in the present? What's in the present? For the lady. A birthday present. What's in the present?
Oh.
I even forgot.
Ooh, let's see what this is.
Of course.
Let's see what this is.
Of course. American flag for the lady. American flag.
Oh, ooh.
American flag for the lady.
All right. Ah. Dun, 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 dun,
Scotty, clap. Scotty, clap.
Because we're Americans here. Oh, good. More light, yeah.
I'll try to figure this out.
Yeah, sometimes they don't plug them in. I was wondering why I look so dark here and my eyes look like they're black. Oh, this is awesome. Oh my goodness. You guys are too much.
Oh, we have so much good stuff coming your way you don't even know.
Meanwhile, my cats got their face in the cat food. My cats are so happy. Oh. I love this wrapping paper. This is so awesome. Oh. Oh, milk chocolate, hazelnuts. Oh my God.
Tiger is holding it upside down.
Okay. Yeah. I'm good.
Oh, smooth and creamy milk hazelnut, milk
From
chocolate
Germany.
with whole roasted hazelnuts. Oh.
Germany. From Germany.
Oh yes. Oh, chocolate's like a drug. Oh yes. Oh, a good drug, not a bad drug. Oh, thank you.
Of course, love. Of course, love.
Oh, I see a kitty.
Oh, that's a good one. This is a good one.
Oh.
You're gonna like this one. You're gonna like this one. You're gonna like this one a lot.
Uh-oh.
You're gonna
Wait
like
a minute.
You're gonna like this
I
one a
knew
lot.
that was going to happen. I just had some beads fall out of a braid. You know what?
It's okay. It's okay. You're gonna
This
like.
happens. So, let's see.
Oh. Ooh. Oh.
Ah!
Purple fingerless gloves. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Trump mask. Are you
Oh.
serious? Trump mask. It's happening. Trump mask.
Oh, love, 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 love. And it's a kitty bag. Oh, it's a kitty bag. And you know, me and kitties. Oh, and another bead. Oh, I wonder what this could be. I wonder what this can be. I want to see what this is. All right, ladies and germs, we are Republicans, and we voted for Trump.
Scotty, can you hold this?
And I really hope that we don't have to wait a month to find out who our president's going to be. We all want Trump. That's what I want for my birthday, okay? I want president to be reelected. You can tell the economy is coming back. You know that President Trump put the infrastructure together so that when the vaccine is ready, we will be able to get it to people.
Hi.
I mean, you think Biden's going to do that?
Get it over here.
You think he's going to get out of his basement in time to get us safe? Look at that big, beautiful flag. Look at that.
Scotty, come on.
All right, because we're Americans, man. And we know how to party down. Now, let's see. Oh, you know, anybody who knows me knows that I have these sinuses that just drive me crazy. Every time you go in a casino, the security guards make you look at these signs. They have all these new symptoms of COVID. And they try to say that stuffed up nose is a COVID symptom and runny nose and all this stuff. And I'm pretty sure I don't have it. This is supposed to be for your sinuses. And you know what? It also keeps the light from getting at you at night. So that, you know, if you sleep with computers in front of your bed like I do, which is not smart to do, but I never said I was smart. They think I'm smart.
Hi.
But, well, guess
Scotty,
what?
hi.
Oh, higher. I thought you said hi. No, I'm not, but
Hi.
I wouldn't mind being, but you know what. Anyway, oh, and this is aromatherapy. This smells like it has lavender in it. And it's soft, and it's the kind of thing that just cradles your eyes and keeps the glow of the computer that should not be at your bedside, but is always at mine. I keep 2 computers on at all times, as you know. And I still like to listen to those special videos that are supposed to make you get rich quick or supposed to do this and that and whatever.
I'm going to give Leather Rock more presents here.
Ooh.
Leather Rock, you have more presents here.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
You're doing all this. I am not worthy. Okay. Let's see. Isn't this beautiful? Look at this.
It's good, Scotty.
Huntworth Victor. Durable, waterproof finish and exterior, fully reversible Victor, one side.
I hope it's not embarrassing.
Huntworth. Ooh.
Oh, it's a hair cap.
Oh. Well, I know it's not a do-rag.
No.
And it's not a don't-rag either.
Because it's cold in Atlantic City.
Yeah,
and
it is.
You gotta wear.
This makes me think of hunting because we have a deer that was given. The son of my dead Aunt Joan went and killed us a deer. A 4-legged deer, not the tripod that he killed for us the last time. But yes, Huntworth brand. It's got a deer. I like it.
Yeah, it's just a cap.
Oh,
I don't even know what I got in there.
Bring it up again. We'll vote on it.
Scotty, this is really cool.
Oh man.
Wow, this is really cool. I
Wow.
think this is the show right here. Right here. This is happening.
And this is
gonna
Lavender
this
Fields.
way. Pull it this way.
Burt's
Yeah,
Bees.
you got it. You got it, girl.
Natural soy candle. I'm trying not to squirt too much. Ooh.
No. Go.
This smells like lavender. And I know it smells like lavender because the lavender I picked smells like this. Thank you. Oh, yes. Oh,
This is so cool.
It will be good the next time I inhale marijuana. And hopefully the state of New Jersey
This is very cool.
will vote
This is
to
very
legalize
cool.
it so I don't have to worry about certain technicalities like legality, you know.
This is so cool, Scotty.
Stop saying that. All right, he's John Doe and she's Jane Doe, and I'm that Trump girl. Ooh, Alpine milk chocolate with hazelnuts. And I believe this is from Germany too? Looks German. I love the paper. I fucking love the paper. Oh. Ooh, girl in her chocolate. It's like, you will pry my chocolate from my cold, dead hands. Yeah. Chocolate is like a good drug. Keeps me from being too grouchy. Of course, marijuana does it too. But I couldn't find anybody that I knew out today. Oh, another kitty. Oh, and look, you have it right where the nose is. It looks like
I
kitty
love
got a
it.
nose
I
ring.
love it. That is so cute.
A smiling kitty with a nose ring.
And I think that's a good gift. I think that's a good one.
Let's see.
I think that's a good one. You're gonna like this one, Leather. You're gonna like this one. There's a Trump mask.
Booyah!
That's a Trump mask.
Oh!
That's a good one.
Yeah. Not like those 99-cent store ones that I got. That I finally went into the dollar store today looking for the honey that they didn't have, and I wore one of the 99-cent store Trump masks. I said, "Look, that company, you should not have been allowed to sell that. Look at this."
Love it.
Oh,
Four more years.
4 more years.
4 more years.
Oh, yes. Because we like Trump. Yes,
Scotty,
we do.
4 more years.
That's what I want for my birthday is for Trump to win. The only reason why I'm taking this off my face right now is because my sinuses are running a marathon. But I don't have the COVID. I don't have Bohemian Jumfuckers disease or anything like that.
Leather. Happy birthday.
I'm just trying to celebrate my birthday,
Happy
you know?
birthday.
And I'm having a good time. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but
Happy birthday, Leather.
we just want 4 more years of the
Happy
Donald.
birthday, Leather. Happy birthday. Happy
And we
birthday.
are live in Bally's, where they have real fancy hotel rooms. They have air conditioning. They have heating. They have cable television. They've got real comfortable chairs. They got ambient lighting here.
How much fun was this?
And if you're lucky, you may have an American flag. And, you know, you might have some good friends. And, but hey, we like Trump. See? We like Trump.
4 more years.
And
Love you, Leather.
it's so nice to find other people that think the same way. Most of my friends don't love the man. But you know what? I think for myself, and I find that if those of us, maybe our family members don't appreciate us and everything, you got to find your tribe. You got to go out in the world and kindred spirits do find each other. I'm proof of that. I could be wasting away here in Frantic City, but you know what? There are good people in the world, and you certainly can find them. So, oh, hot, 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 hot. So yeah, I'm having a good time. To be continued. I have some good news for you. State of New Jersey just voted to legalize marijuana for all adults 21 and older. It is now legal. Congratulations, New Jersey. I wish you could smell this. Well, I'm happy. I'm a happy girl. I hope you enjoyed the scenes from Atlantic City today, Election Day, and some of my birthday celebration. If you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you like me and my content, I'd love to have you subscribe. And if you do, hit that bell to make sure that you don't miss anything. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.